Hey, OGL 350. Is this thing on? Um, Hi, I'm Michael Fair. I'll be your host. Welcome to OGL 350. We got a full house. We're packed 27 out of 27 as my last look. It is Wednesday, August 18th at about 12:24 p.m. And I'm coming to you recorded from Ahwatukee in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm sure you're probably all over the place, right? But it's good to have you here in this course. About me, I have had I got lucky because I've had an extremely bizarre work history. I've had 37 different jobs. I didn't go to college till I was 52. Um, and I graduated summa cum laude, named the uh, Graduate of the Year for the College of Letters and Sciences at Arizona State University in 2013. Then I was also named the same year, I was named the Outstanding Achievement in Academics and African American Studies for the School of Social Transformation at ASU, something I'm very proud of. I was in interdisciplinary studies. My concentrations as an undergrad were African American Studies and Human Rights. And as a master, I got accepted to Howard University. I took off with my eighth grade son to Washington, D.C., but left my then, how old was he, man? Maybe 20, 21-year-old son here in Phoenix. He was still going to ASU Cronkite. I decided to come back, right place, wrong time. Ended up doing my master's at ASU West Campus in interdisciplinary studies. I studied ideology, religion, science, video production. Um, and when I was getting finished with that, my mentor, Dr. Prisdia, maybe some of you know him from ASU. I had as an IDS instructor, we kind of had a little friendship going there. He was my mentor, but he said, "Hey, you should teach." And I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, you got really great background for teaching." So kind of got on the radar, and I became an adjunct, and then full time. This is my fifth year of full time teaching. And I was teaching interdisciplinary studies. I recently was asked to teach organizational leadership. I jumped at the chance. They said they felt I was a great fit for it. I've got an extensive organizational background in many areas. Just I dare you to find an area I haven't been experienced in. And I'm finding this diversity in organizations to be right up my alley. And I'm going to be also teaching this fall semester social processes in organizations. That'll be in session B. And then I believe in the spring, I got a hybrid course on campus on organizational ethics. So I'm really excited to get into the world of organizational leadership. As I said, I've had 37 jobs in my life. Maybe I didn't say that. I'm doing back-to-back videos from other class too. But in organizations, I've been in every kind. Okay, I'll skip a lot of the stuff from the olden days, but I've been a district manager. Um, I've had a staff to deal with, and I had to be innovative. I worked for in law enforcement. That's an organization. I was a sergeant for Milwaukee County. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I moved here in end of '96. So I was a sergeant from Milwaukee County. I worked in the jail system. Came out here, worked for the infamous Sheriff Joe in Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. Quit that after 6 months and got into technology sales, where again, having to sell myself. I remember the VP of sales at this company. I wanted to get out of that Wild West, law enforcement here, and get into something a little more stable for my young family. I didn't know anything about it, but this place is right up the street, and I was in the interviews. He said, "How are you going to sell computers over the phone?" And I said, "Well, look, I just coming from environments in the last 5 years where I've had to take the remote from charged felons, turn the TV off at 9 o'clock on Friday and Saturday night and tell them to go to bed. And if I can put 88 charged felons to bed at 9 o'clock on a weekend without getting myself killed because I had no weapon or anything, I think that I have to have some quality communication skills, right?" And the guy said, he reached in his pocket and he pulled out a badge. goes, I'm ex-cop. He goes, that's all you need to say. He goes, we'll teach you what you need to know. Because I didn't know squat. I still sell technology to this day. 24 years later, I have a client in South Carolina who still buys from me almost every day since September 27, 1997. Just a little commission thing for a company I do out of Texas. But I've been a senior account manager. I've been bringing $3 to $5 million of revenue in at my high point back in the early 2000s. And so that was another organizational effort that I've been in many different places. And I've worked as a mentor and a teacher for recently resettled refugees for Lutheran Services, Lutheran Social Services of the Southwest. That's a mouthful. Did that from like 2007 to 2011. And I worked extensively on that. If anybody's familiar with the refugee resettlement, what goes on with that, I did that. And I've also been a paid artist. Some of my work, I think you might see that stuff. I don't know. I went to Ghana in 2007 in West Africa with Stevie Wonder actually on the plane and got to meet him. I worked with Bono, U2, One.org. That's his dealio back in the day, and Amnesty International. So you can see I've had a very kind of schizophrenic lifestyle, from the law enforcement to the human rights issues to I'm an artist. I've been a reporter, photojournalist. I've been in business, entrepreneurship. So what I like to say to my IDS students and now my OGL students is I feel I can relate to you some way or another. Okay. Some of you are like me, older than dirt. No, you're not. But you know what I mean. You're a non-traditional college student. So I didn't go till I was 52 to college. Okay. So you're non-traditional. I get that. Some of you are single parents. Oh boy, do I get that. Okay, like I said, I did that 24/7, 365 for the last 16 years. And my youngest, 21, he's going to work in a little bit at ASU. He's at Barrett Honors College, majoring in history and minor in philosophy. My oldest guy, he's living in Scottsdale, and he graduated in 2015 from ASU Cronkite School of Journalism, Mass Media and Journalism. So between all three of us, history, journalism, and interdisciplinary studies, boy, did we pick the well-paying careers, didn't we? No, we didn't. But I like I tell them, just do what you love. Do what you love to do, right? That's what we should all be doing. And nice to make some money. But so I resonate, whether it's the arts, entrepreneurship, business, sales, law enforcement, chain of command. Organizational leadership does require a certain set of skills, like as Liam Neeson would say, right? And while we may not be able to read the instructions insofar as like grasping water, I mean, how do you do this? We can develop our skills and work with what fits us best, our personalities and our organizations, and strive to be better leaders. Okay. So let's get into that. So session A runs from tomorrow till October 8th. That's 51 days for 7 modules plus an intro module. I kind of broke up that intro module from tomorrow, Thursday, the 19th, to Sunday, just to get that 4-day odd stuff out of the way. I like to work Monday through Sunday on modules. So this kind of bleeds right through module 1, intro module 1, up until August 29th. You got some work to do. And then you can check the schedule. Now, the total points of this course right now is at 1,020. So with 900 points being an A, 800 being a B, etc., there is no extra credit because you actually only need an 88.3 to get an A, 78.5 to get a B in terms of, the percentages, even though the course grade is based on final points, and 900 is an A. But you have 1,020 points to work with. Now, I reserve the right to add a video in somewhere. Like, this is a long stretch of 11 days that I may want to do a video next week to get people going again, and that'd be worth an extra 5 points. So then that increases it to 1,025 and makes it even easier to get an A. There's a lot of work in this course. I was kind of surprised when I started teaching it. It requires academic rigor. Okay, academic rigor just means some depth and thinking and considering and doing your academic work. Okay, The good news is I think there's a lot of assignments in here, a lot of parts of assignments that are self-reflective. And if there's anything we're good at, it's talking about ourselves, right? I know some of you say, I can't do that. Yes, you can. You do fine, okay? All right, so talk amongst yourselves. All right, you got to do the syllabus quiz, the academic integrity agreement. Then I got a breakdown of how this thing is set up. It's pretty much a discussion board, a paper, and a quiz every module, right? Um, Now, the course due dates, I moved them and I pushed them towards the end of the week just because people's normal schedules, things like that. If you're a 9 to 5 or Monday through Friday, obviously the pandemic just tore us all up. A lot of us are working from home. That's great, but we're still working. So I pushed things back. It doesn't mean start it on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Please, this is a 300 level university course. It is said that for these kind of courses, you must commit 120 hours approximately to. Wow, Lisa Loeb liked my tweet. You know the 90s singers. Okay, so uh, to wait that long is wrong. You got to put time in. Literally, you should put in like 15 hours a week, or 10. I mean, 10 to 15 hours a week if you have a 15-week course. This is a 7.5 week course. It's half the time, but it's not half the work, right? I've cleaned this class up a lot. I have removed some of the things that I thought weren't relative, that I thought were too much. I really made it less because in my pedagogical theory ideology that the more you have, the less you're going to learn on this class. So I'm trying to streamline it to be efficient. I don't want it to be messy or busy. It's not perfect. It's only the second time around teaching this. Please let me know if you see mistakes, if you see anything else, okay? I don't need a full report, okay? I just let me know, okay? So know your schedule. Start getting these readings done. There's a lot of them. Start watching these videos. There's a lot of them. Set aside the appropriate amount of time. The audio visuals, now I'm going to redo those eventually, but this is Dr. Emily Mertz, who taught this class primarily, and she did the audio visuals. Dr. Hirschhorn might have done one or two. I do these videos so you can tell the difference, hopefully in our voices, but you can question me on anything. I'm still getting update on all the material myself, but I've gone through it more than a few times. So uh, the cultural immersion activity, take a look at that. Know now that that's your final paper. Okay, it's not that it's like some big final. It's actually worth less than the other papers, but it's something that's going to need to be done, and you need to start thinking about it because you might have an opportunity. I don't want you to wait till module 7 to, oh, that's right, I got to do this. Then you got nowhere to know what to do. So take a look at that, and I'll keep reminding you of it. In fact, I'm going to make that the first Easter egg is going to be, let me fix this, sorry. First Easter egg is cultural immersion activity. I just want you to say it, write it down so you know something you got to address as the class goes on, okay? So I'm going to change the last one then to what the first one was. All right, so Easter eggs. I just gave you one. I'm going to give you 3 for every video. Sometimes I forget, but I'll tell you if I forget. And I give you 2, but I always give you at least a couple. Three Easter eggs. You write them down, email them to me. I know you watched the video. I know you'll never get that 20 minutes of your life back, and I'll award you 5 points for doing so, okay? All right. So, hey, as far as there's no textbook. Isn't that phenomenal? There's no textbook to buy. So it means there's a lot of attachments. There's a lot of documents. There's a lot of PDFs. There's websites, things like that, resources. I want you to remember that you can save those. You can download those documents and save them to your own files. You can save those, bookmark those websites. They should come in handy for you as you move forward in your career, your development as leadership to refer to something. Don't just think, I'm never going to need that again. Bollocks, as they say, right? You will need it. It's good to have. You don't know you need it until you need it, all right? Now, if you see any updated articles, anything that's going on that out there regarding leadership you want to send me, please do so. I'm always happy to. I'm slowly working on getting these things updated. You know, we'll see some research papers in here, maybe from 2001. I'm not sure, but I'm not a fan of that in this type of topic. I got rid of some things that were in this course, they were embarrassingly outdated. They were cringeworthy. Okay, they were just, we don't do this anymore. Okay, we can't. We don't. So I'm trying to keep it up to date, as this is a very up to date topic, a class, a subject you want to be up to date on, right? Organizational leadership, diversity in organizations. Okay, so, but I give you choices in most of the readings to choose what you want to use for your final your paper, that module. So find something that might resonate with you more. For example, there's one, I think, in module 1, consulting psychologists working with corporate boards. That may not resonate with you at all, or it may be like, this sounds really cool because it's kind of up my alley. So look for little things. So make sure you take a look at all the links that I give you, or the papers and everything, to make sure you are getting the most out of this course and what you chose, instead of me saying you got to read them all. Okay, because there's a lot of reading in this course and a lot of listening. I'll admit it. And there's a lot of writing. This course is an L course, literacy. So many of you know that. So it's like, losers. No, that's me. You will be able to show me how you write, express yourself in writing. And for that, I'm going to have a lot of formatting requirements, and we'll get into those. And it's not going to, don't be scared. Don't be afraid. We'll get into it if you're not comfortable. I wasn't either. I didn't know the first thing about formatting till I was, 53 years old, probably. Okay. It's not, yeah, it's not that bad. There's a lot of statistics and acronyms seems to be in this business needs readings. Okay. So you'll see the EEO, the Equal Opportunity Employment Agency. You'll see all kinds of acronyms. All right. ROE, rules of engagement. No, there's, so just, if you're seeing something, don't gloss over it. Google it real quick. Okay. There's lots of statistics. Like I said, it's a very quantitative topic when it comes to diversity and things like that, even though it's not. I think you'll find it both ways on that. All right. One of my reviewers from Summer B said he wishes I would have used PowerPoints. Who uses PowerPoints? I mean, I don't use PowerPoints anymore. I just don't like it. Here's the deal. There's this real old traditional thing you can do. It's called taking notes. Okay, taking notes. It's called pausing videos, pausing audio visuals. Take notes. Take notes. Type them. Take notes. Do something. Use your notes. I love notes on my phone and my MacBook. Love notes. No, I don't write love notes. I mean, I love notes. Word about rubrics. This is going to make a lot of people mad, a lot of you people mad, but I don't use rubrics. I don't like rubrics. Rubrics to me give people a checklist. Now, while we write lists and notes and checklist things to do, life is not about doing a checklist and then that's it. I want you to expand your thinking. I want you to demonstrate academic rigor, demonstrate leadership by not needing a rubric. Because what's a rubric? A rubric is kind of like, factory piecework. There's nothing wrong with that, but I did it. Miller Brewing Company, 18 years old. I was just bagging beer top cans 12 hours a day, mindless. Okay. That's all I did. And then I went home. I didn't have to think, didn't have anything. That's all it was, right? But when you're like in executive management or leadership position or any kind of position where you got to think, you don't want a rubric to give you the minimum, because once you do that rubric, I'm done. No, take it to when you really feel like you're done. Okay. If you're a writer in fiction, nonfiction, what have you, you write till it's done. You don't write until let's see, I've got a plot, I've got characters, I've got a story arc, I got the hero. That's it. I'm done. No, so I get it that you want a rubric. I get it. But if you can identify to me, and any feedback I give you, any grade or score I give you, that a rubric would have prevented it, I'll discuss it with you. Okay. I'm very good. I want to be communicated with, by the way. I really do. You need to communicate with me. Don't be afraid to. I'm not like some online professors that you're never going to see or hear from. Okay. I am going to be on you. No, I'm just going to be, I get everybody weird questions. I had one student last semester ask me, why do you wear those both on your same wrist? That was a good question. And I gave him the explanation, of which I said, you're never going to get that 5 minutes of your life back, because I said, last December I injured my hand over here. Doctor, it's still numb. Doctor said I got to keep everything off of that. So I did, because I love wearing my Fitbit, because I think it's great for steps. I think it's great for floors. I think it's great for sleep. I love my Apple Watch because it's great for everything else, right? Okay, that's it. Done with that. Easter egg number 2. Oh, this is just like, oh, profound statement. Just always to remember what you know already. Leaders do not need titles. Leaders do not need titles. You don't wait to become a leader. When am I going to be a leader? And then I'm going to start showing my leadership once I become a leader. Oh, you're a leader already. Everybody leads something, okay? You're leading. Unless you're walking your dog is leading you, but, otherwise you're leading. Okay, titles are nice for the ego. They're great for the paycheck typically, but most often they give you a lot more headaches. But you can demonstrate leadership anywhere. All right. All right. So remember, no late quizzes. Get them done before the due date, before it expires. They shut off. No excuses. I don't do just no late quizzes. Okay. They're not worth a ton of points, but they're just good to review the material. The discussion board and the paper, they are important. Do your best on those. Please use, in discussion boards, use paragraph breaks. You really don't indent in a discussion board, but give me a line break where you want it, because I can't stand, it's a pet peeve, I can't stand a big splash of words. That's like, there you go, I'm writing this and throwing it at you and you figure it out. Oh, I don't like that. Major pet peeve. Give me some organization here, okay? Especially if there's like 5 different prompts in the instructions. You give me one long paragraph. Why don't you give me at least 5 paragraphs? Feel free to bold the concept or a term if you want to. Feel free to do that, okay? It's going to rain in Phoenix. Thunder before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's impressive. Okay, so um, I am going to probably do another video, because I'm not going to get into module 1 here. We're already at 22 minutes. So I'll probably save it, and I'll do a bonus video probably Monday or Tuesday for you all to take a look at. And we'll talk more about Module 1, Module 2, and the content of this course. This is pretty general. Be sure to take a good look at the syllabus. Be sure to email me with your questions, comments, and concerns. That should just about do it. Easter egg number 3. Hey, what did I just say? Contact your instructor. Easter egg number 3. You heard that, right? Contact your instructor. Have a good start to the semester. I'm really happy to see you in my course. Forks up. Peace.